It's the Battle of Bloomington on BEC TV, the only one of the year here on the hockey ice. And we've got JV coverage and varsity coverage later. We start our doubleheader. Thanks for hopping on a little bit earlier than normal for this special night. You can see it by our graphic there. Hockey Fights Cancer Night as well. A lot to talk about, and hopefully some great fundraising as well. Both these schools taking part in it. Josh Powers alongside our crew. Matt Walton joining me. Matt, just looking forward to a fun night of hockey. I know we'll get to the varsity. The teams haven't had a lot of success, but boy, it doesn't really matter, right? This is the biggest game of the season, and for the JV here too as well.
Yeah, all these kids, JV, varsity, they've grown up playing hockey together, other sports. They know each other. This is a big deal for them.
And it's also Hockey Fights Cancer Night. You're wearing the T-shirt. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So Lawrence Wang, the president for Jefferson's Booster Club, approached Kennedy since there's only one game because Kennedy went out to the Tri-Metro this year.
Yep.
We decided to join forces and make it one big event. So there's been a committee of members of both boosters clubs since August working on this night. This is going to be good. This is going to be great.
And we'll weave that through. You'll hear there will be announcements all throughout the night, especially when we get to that varsity game, and hopefully a lot of money raised. And can't think of a better cause than the American Cancer Society. So let's send it down to ice level. Starting lineups here for the JV.
Jefferson Jaguars and the Kennedy Eagles. Let's meet the starting lineups, beginning with the visiting team, the Jaguars of Jefferson High School. Starting in goal, number 1, Carson Weiler. On defense, number 9, Sawyer Holland. And number 17, Hayden Howe. On the wings, number 6, Dylan Larson. And number 19, Brant Schultz. And the starting center, number 15, Charlie Barch. The assistant coaches for the Jaguars are Brady Dornfeld and Dan Daggett. The head coach is Jake Perpich. And now let's meet the home team for this game, the Kennedy Eagles. Starting in goal, number 35, Dom Russell. On defense, number 36, Joseph Buck. And number 37, Daniel Savage. On the wings, number 8, Gage Schmidt. And number 17, Rylan Bile. And the Eagles starting center, number 34, Marvin Miller. The assistant coaches for the Eagles are Dusty Walker and Jimmy Morozek. The head coach is George Walker. All right.
So there you go. All right.
Waiting for refs.
I was going to say, there's something wrong here. We don't have any officials. So that's a bit of a problem.
Everyone's eager to get the night started, right?
I was going to say.
We are a couple minutes early, it looks like, now that I'm looking at
Matt,
my watch.
we might need to relieve you from color duties, and you might have to strap on some skates here.
That would not be a good sight, let me tell you.
All right. This is a first. Yeah, let's our producer Paul Fournier. Let's go to break because we have no idea how long it's going to take here.
Yep.
Where the officials are. So we'll throw it to a break. We will have hockey. We think as soon as the officials arrive. So plenty more to come. Hockey Fights Cancer Night, Battle of Bloomington. Wait just hopefully a few more minutes. We'll wait here for you and bring it to you when we're ready here on BEC TV. And we are back, and we are live. The officials joined us really quickly, so we are just underway. Just missed the opening puck drop. Josh Powers, Matt Walton. Jefferson is the visiting team here today for both JV and varsity. Here's a good move right off the first touch for Jefferson. Parker Kennedy for the Jaguars with a shot right on. The save made by Dom Russell, who is a freshman. Apparently, Dom is the first name required for goalies at Kennedy, Matt.
Yeah, these two have been together for a few years in the youth program.
Ooh, there's a big collision. Looks like both players are okay. Jefferson has it. And the Eagles take it away. 3 15-minute periods here in the JV. Here's a puck played down low. The Jaguars looking for possession. Actually, that was Dylan Larson, not Parker Kennedy, on that initial good shot. Kennedy clears it. And another big hit down there. Alexander Maleka getting the worst of that one for the Jaguars. And the Eagles offside at the line. What's that first good look? A nice little drag here from Larson, Matt.
Yeah, he goes around Buck with that nice toe drag. Good save by Russ.
You know Kennedy well, Matt. Players on the JV that Jefferson should be concerned about. Maybe a chance here. And there's a good look for Kennedy.
That's full goal, and he's scored some goals for us this season. I would say Marvin Miller is definitely, he's centering. He's seen a lot of varsity time this year.
Here's another good look. Boy, the chances are coming early and often, but the goalies are doing the job as that one is kicked aside by Russell. Yeah, Marvin Miller, number 34 for Kennedy.
I would say Tony Perkins, number 31 as well.
Brody Dahl for the Jaguars here. This is an up and down first period. I like the tempo. Dahl unable to complete the play as he loses his edge. Scooping it up, Harry Lenz, then he lost control. And the Eagles will settle it down. We debuted our new BEC TV scoreboard there at the bottom left portion of your screen. Hope you're enjoying that. Good work by our producer, Paul Fournier. Get to see the total shots, and we're synced up with the in-house scoreboard here. Jefferson, maybe an opening here as Russell dove to potentially block a shot that never happened, but Kennedy scoops it up, and they head the other way. Here's Bale, number 17.
Ryland's a senior, but this is his first year back playing hockey since Pee-wees. So he's played some varsity, but also a lot of JV.
Yeah, I was going to say we saw Ryland in the last varsity game we covered for Kennedy. Maybe tonight, too, players are eligible for both.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see more swing players in this game than we have all season.
Yeah, I mean, these JV teams want to beat each other more than any other team that they're playing, and Jefferson's going to get a power play. Has tripped up Hayden Howe. Good move by Howe as you see Carson Weiler head to the bench. Here's Maleka with a shot that misses wide, and the touch not made there by Kennedy. Back to the point is the extra attacker on for the Jaguars. And there's the touch. So first power play for Jefferson. Coming less than 4 minutes in. And it's Carter Pazahonic.
Actually, Miller, it looks like.
Oh, it is. Okay, 34.
34.
Sorry, I saw the 4, not the 3.
Yep.
So there's Marvin Miller. So one of their best players for Kennedy in the box. Jefferson power play, chance to strike first. On the draw, Charlie Barch, number 15, wins it back to the point, and a shot right on. Russell smothers it. I love doing these JV games, man, and we did the Jaguar girls on Saturday against Holy Angels, their rival, of course. Jefferson and Kennedy combined there on the girls' side, but you get to see these future Jaguars and future Eagles in action and get a taste of the talent that's coming through.
100%. As you can see, Russell, he's a freshman.
Yeah.
He's out there. He's seen a ton of shots this year. So this is all good development for that young man.
Carson Weiler, there's going to be a spot opening up on Jefferson's between Jefferson's pipes next year,
right,
too. So he's a guy that could factor largely into that at the varsity level. We've seen him here on the JV for several years now. Here's Larson moving in, had it poked away, trying to recover and set up the power play as Kennedy was able to get an early clear. Schultz for the Jaguars threw it out front for Larson. There's a pad save from Russell on that shot taken by Parker Kennedy. Here's a wrister from deep. Russell gets a piece of it and kicks out the rebound. Couple of good saves there. Another chance. That one, Barch, that was blocked. And the Eagles send it all the way down midway through the power play. Some good looks for Jefferson.
Yeah, and this has been kind of the theme for power play kills for the JV. Russell, it's volume, right? He can stop so many, but how many is he going to be able to stop in a row?
Turns that one aside from Barch. 5 minutes in, 40 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Jefferson as the Jaguars and Eagles change. Nathaniel Kavanaugh moving in, just too aggressive of a touch, and Russell will hang on to it. 7 shots on goal already for the Jaguars, most of them coming on this power play.
As you can see, he moves pretty well for a little goalie.
Yeah, he's not the biggest guy.
But he's out on top, and he's active.
Your son's probably got a foot on him, but
yep.
He's a younger guy, too, only a freshman, so there's probably going to be more. I didn't grow much after I was a freshman as Jefferson scores, but Russell might. So the Jaguars get it done on the power play. Kavanaugh with the goal.
14, 11, 13.
Ethan Amundsen and Nick Efstrom pick up the assists for Jefferson. Not really anything Russell can do about this one, Matt. This was well set up.
Yeah, no, he gets the first one, but it's rebounds and then through the crease, as you can see.
Yeah, he really prevented the goal, really, and then a little bit of a bad Karen, but Jefferson, good play there to make that puck luck happen.
Yep. Got to stay out of the box.
So the Jaguars with the early lead. See if Kennedy can try to counter, but we may have an odd man rush heading the other way. Harry Lenz up the right or the left wing with a shot. And another save from Russell.
Yeah, Arnold got caught pinching there and ended up odd man.
That's that fine line. You want to be aggressive at the point, but it can get by you in a hurry. Jaguars again. This is Spencer Hogan, number 12. Plays it back for a shot that didn't get all the way through from Maleka, and Kennedy will ice it again. A little bit of a younger roster for Kennedy, Jefferson, all juniors and sophomores. Here's that shot from Lenz. Russell seems like he knows his angles really well, Matt. It's kind of maybe an obvious statement. You always got to know where you are in relation to the pipes, and Russell's been in pretty good position here for most of those shots in the first period as we've got, looks like an injured Jaguar, Garrett Larson, looking at maybe a hand down there. We'll check on his availability.
Yeah, if you're going to play that far out on the crease, which he needs to with his size to take up the crease or take up the net, you got to know where you are, and he's done a good job of that this season.
Another face-off for the Jaguars. Varsity will start around 7 o'clock. So stick around for that on BEC TV. Here's another chance from close in. That was Barch again, but that one misses wide. Jaguar player loses stick, kicks it to Barch, and that goes through the crease. And they're going to need to get a new player up there. It was Brody Dahl, who just couldn't do anything about that puck as it whizzed by him. hooking call coming on Kennedy as Hayden Howe is going to draw both penalties here in the first period. Was trying to head up ice and just couldn't. Officials saw it. Dahl gave a little bit of a sell, too. There's a little bit of art to that, but definitely looked like a hook, and Jefferson's going to go on the power play again.
It looks like Hecht is guilty of that hook. Got to move your feet. Keep active.
This one's tough, too. Sometimes you just got to let that guy go. He's 150 feet away from a scoring chance.
Yep.
So Jefferson 1 for 1 on the power play. And a shot saved again by Russell. That was Larson.
Good blocker save, but Larson was right on the doorstep.
And goes through the crease. Backhanded by Larson behind the net. Here's Kennedy. Has Schultz back to Kennedy. Nobody really in front for Jefferson. Now going to the net, Larson. At the circle, Kennedy kicked aside once again by Russell for his 10th save already in the first 8 minutes. The power plays will help the shots on goal. Here's Dahl with time, sends it over. There's a cross-ice pass, not successful, but Jefferson keeps it alive.
Yeah, I think Jefferson needs to get in front of him and screen, because if you give him room, he's going to see it.
No net front and moving right in, Barge, but again misses wide.
Yep.
Jefferson in the midst of a change. It's Barch. It's back in the zone. Had that poked away, and Kennedy will be able to clear this here. It's Pazahanic, lifts it all the way in behind the Jaguar net with 35 seconds remaining in the second Jaguar power play of the period. Hayden Howe left side. Look at that move from Howe, but he couldn't quite get in front of the net. He'll hang on to it. Maleka from deep. That was deflected wide. And sending it around the wall, Odin Karlahati, and he gets it to center.
Karlahati, another freshman out there, getting a lot of minutes here.
Yeah, he and Russell, both ninth graders. And we have the power play is going to come to an abrupt end with 12 seconds remaining in it as Jefferson has taken a penalty. See a quick look at some of the varsity guys taking in this one. Penalty is on Ethan Amundsen. I didn't see that one. Must have been away from the puck. Matt will pick up the announcement here shortly. So 4-on-4 for a dozen seconds. Kennedy wins the draw. That shot was blocked. Taken by Wyatt Hecht, number 25. Kennedy hanging on to it. Now on the power play for the next minute 45. Good work along the wall there from Maleka to win a puck battle. Send it down. And an overplay, a chance in front on the shorthanded look from Kavanaugh, but it didn't materialize.
Yeah, Perkins, 31, tall drink of water, but he can lay some hits out there as well. He's definitely, and he's also seen some varsity time this year. So
he's got the size for a defenseman that you're looking for.
Yep.
Kennedy's still on the power play, minute 10. So still plenty of extra skater time here for Jefferson, or for Kennedy. Penalty was too many men, by the way. So far, Jefferson doing a good job on this PK, making Kennedy work.
Yeah, breakouts have been a problem this year. Definitely getting better, but it's still an area of development. But here comes Arnold.
Latching on Leighton Arnold, number 15, hit into the wall. Kennedy trying to set things up here with 35 to go in the penalty. Banneman for the Jaguars looking up ahead, and it's deflected by Lenz to neutral. 25 to go in the first Kennedy power play. Gustavo Perry trying to work it free for the Eagles.
Getting physical out there.
Yeah, that's what Jefferson and Kennedy's games are all about, these battles of Bloomington. Pazahanik throwing his weight around, separates Jefferson from the puck, wanting a lacrosse move there. Looking, didn't come together.
Terrison was going to try it there behind the net.
That would have been a memorable Battle of Bloomington moment for Terrison Frost Trahan, a sophomore, number 11. Not sure if he's a lacrosse player or not, Matt, but that maybe sometimes I can factor into it.
Yep, he is.
Okay, there you go. Too many men.
I think we got another one too.
Penalty on Jefferson, a cross-check. So there was that too many men. That penalty's over. Now we've got a cross-check on Tevin Banneman, the junior. So back on the power play, Kennedy. They're looking to get I don't believe they had a shot on goal in that first man advantage. They'd love to get a few here on this one and even this game up. Here's a turnover force, shot right on. It's dealt with. Barrett Schultz with that shot for Jefferson.
Sergimaki's another one to keep an eye on, number 2.
He's a player we've seen on the varsity, a sophomore. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first period. Kennedy in the midst of their second power play, still a minute 18 in it. And it's Perkins to gather. Start to head up ice, long pass, but it's right on the money.
Right to Perry.
Perry moving in. Kennedy in the midst of a change, so Perry's trying to just draw as much time off as he can, but Jefferson pokes it away from him. And up the right wing, Howe. Shorthanded for the Jaguars, still 45 to go in the penalty to Banneman. And good work by Dahl there, just hanging on to it as long as he could. They will resurface, by the way, so we will take a full intermission at the end of the first period. Reason we say that is the girls' JV do not. They go right after a 3-minute break. Here's Jefferson again, shorthanded for the next 15 seconds. Dahl coasting to the top of the zone, drops it off. Maleka contacted from behind. Good work on the back check by the Eagles.
Yeah, Joe Buck, good recovery there to break up that shot.
We're doing the best. We're doing the best we can with the numbers here, as we have an injured Jaguar and a Kennedy penalty coming. And there's the touch-up. So Jefferson's game full of penalties. This is our 5th penalty already. Jefferson on the man advantage again. And it's Frost Trahan getting some words of encouragement from some of the Jaguar varsity players for that penalty. Yeah, as you said, Matt, these kids, they all know each other. So many of these kids play multiple sports. You're crisscrossing constantly throughout your youth.
Yep, and with like lacrosse and baseball, like they, one programs, youth programs, so they end up playing together coming up in some of the sports. So I'm sure everyone knows Terrison over there.
I mean,
and he's known for his hits.
Yeah,
so.
and not the biggest guy, but you can see he throws his weight around there. So Jefferson now on the man advantage for the 3rd time, 1 of 2. It's a roughing call. Here's Andrew Holm. He'll slide it over Amundsen, who had the assist, one of the assists on the goal. Shot from Dahl, redirected in front nicely, but adjusting also nicely was Russell.
Good tip by Holm up front.
And Holm tips it in.
Right there.
So there you go. That's it. Appears to be his strength. Andrew Holm. The first deflection in front was a pretty good one. The second one, even better.
Yep. And that's what we were saying earlier, getting traffic in front of Russell, blocking the shot, and getting a stick on it.
Yeah, that's what they didn't do on that second power play, Matt, for whatever reason. They were all spread out.
Yep.
But Holm provided the net front presence, and both Jefferson goals in the period coming on the penalty, on 2 penalties. And here's a turnover, looking for more Holm, and a save, rebound, they score.
Yep.
So Holm making things happen. It was an easy put away for Amundsen.
Yeah, bad turnover there off the draw. Set that up. Holm did a good job of getting the shot off, using the pad as a rebound. And he had help there on the right-hand side to flush that home.
Yeah, and he, as you said, Matt, he put it in a good spot for that rebound. If he tries to get fancy, go far post from our angle, hit near post for him, that's not going to be a rebound goal. There's the first one from Holm. So Kennedy, all of a sudden, they go from a 1-goal deficit to 3, and that one missing just high and wide. Getting a second chance at it, and Weiler is able to make the save. Looking like Leighton Arnold there with a couple of really good looks, Matt. Weiler coming up big on that second one.
Yeah, and Bile with a good shot. He's got a nose for the net, given even that he hasn't played in quite a while at the competitive level.
Here's a look at that goal. Holm off the steal, and then the easy put away on the weak side for Amundsen. We're approaching the final minute of the first period here in the JV. And a Jaguar hit from behind. They're fortunate that wasn't a penalty. It was Brody Dahl delivering that hit. Kennedy trying to turn them over. They do with a pass out front, collected and sent out of play by Larson.
Yeah, Vogel almost centered that right on, from his knees to a good spot there.
Some good looks here for Leighton Arnold. Weiler, really nice save there. Arnold, I think, thought he probably had a goal. One's tipped through center. Tracking it down, Larson. His centering pass was deflected. Final half minute in the period. Kennedy sends it up to the top. Return pass to Kennedy as he slides one through the crease looking for Larson and missed. Pazahanek for the Eagles. Unable to get it past the blue line. Larson at the left dot will fire, and that one deflects high and wide. 10 to go in the period. Final look here for the Jaguars. Howe sends it across. Pad save by Russell, and the rebound is pushed in. 5-hole. And it was number 15, I believe, Charlie Barch with the rebound put away. So Russell, I mean, he's stopping all these shots, Matt. It's just, like you said earlier, it's hard to stop them all.
15, 17, 19.
Its volume has been the enemy of both the varsity and the JV this year. You expect your goalie to make that first, maybe even the second, but defense has to step up and clear the puck out of the danger area.
We've reached the end of one. Good first period for the Jaguars as they score 4 times on 18 shots. We'll see if Kennedy can get back in it. We'll take a full intermission second period here in the JV. Coming up next, Battle of Bloomington on BEC TV.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you
Back here in the Battle of Bloomington for the JV Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Josh Powers, Matt Walton, our entire BEC TV crew. Obviously a good start for the Jaguars, as you can see right there. 4 goals in the first period. Let's get to the highlights. 18 shots on goal for Jefferson. Kennedy really needs to stay out of the box. It's kind of a given, right? But, boy, I thought Dom Russell played well, even though you gave up 4 goals, Matt. Made some really good saves.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you're getting 18 shots a period and all the power plays as well, he's played really well.
Jefferson had 3 power plays, scored on 2 of them, as you see Russell making that save. Here's the one of the goals there. I think that was the 3rd goal, tipped in by Kavanaugh. Kennedy had some hard hits. That one, unfortunately, drawing a penalty. Eagles had some good looks as well in the period. But Russell, again, makes a really good save on the first one. Just a hard ask to not give up a rebound goal there.
Yep.
And apparently the Jefferson players know where our cameramen are after scoring that goal. They want to get some face time here. This is a big night for everybody. JV, varsity, biggest game of the season for both these teams and both games that we're going to have. So it'll be a fun night. Matt, we mentioned at the beginning of the first period, Hockey Fights Cancer Night. It'll be woven throughout the varsity contest. There's still time, too, for those that are watching maybe in the city of Bloomington, if they want to come out and support and head on down. I know it's a cold night, but head on down to Bloomington Ice Garden. What are some things they're going to see at the varsity game tonight?
So we've got some amazing raffles. The hockey community was so generous this year. We have multiple signed jerseys, team-signed jerseys, a Wild, 2 Gophers team-signed jerseys, pucks signed by Foligno, a Kaprizov signed stick. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The community really came together. We worked all our contacts within the community, and everyone came through for us.
You got Kaprizov in your iPhone?
I wish. The Minnesota Wild stepped up big time for us.
That's awesome, though. Great connections from the hockey community. Jefferson and Kennedy working together, right? That's a huge
100%.
part of this, too. I know Kennedy's the home team, but certainly in both schools. That's one thing that everyone can agree on, right? This night and supporting Hockey Fights Cancer.
Yep. And last year, we had the Christian area event and the Tom Curvers event. So it just made sense. Let's do this together. We were already doing it together, kind of separately, but let's join forces, and it's really showing this year.
Yeah, and I know you've been putting in time as well, getting this together, and I'm sure it's a cast of thousands, Matt. Are there others that you want to call out that specifically probably more to list? We could take the whole broadcast maybe to cover that, but are there some individuals that have stood out?
Yeah, so Megan Whittet, she is from the youth program. She has a Bantam. She works for the American Cancer Society, so she's been our kind of linchpin to all this. Shelly Kubas and Megan last year did the event for Jefferson, so it made sense. Good save by Russell there. It made sense for them to be kind of our primary folks, getting us, started with the ACS, what they learned from last year, all that sort of stuff. Then from Stephanie Cassette, who's very involved in the Jefferson community, and she has on the booster club for them, for Jefferson as well. And then Margot Cairo and Dawn Kevney from Kennedy, along with myself. And the 6 of us have been putting in a lot of hours over the course of last 5 months to make this happen.
Well, thanks for all your efforts, Matt, and for everyone that you listed there, and I'm sure there's others too. We do have a delayed penalty here on Kennedy. That's why the Jaguar net is empty. They have an extra player out there right now. Weaving and scoring. A beautiful shot from Hayden Howe.
Yeah, that was quite a laser.
They'll go ahead and keep that penalty door closed.
17 from 15.
What was the delayed penalty?
I think 11 white for roughing.
In the high school game, they do not serve the penalty if you score with the extra attacker. That's different than college or pro.
Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsman?
So Hayden Howe makes it 5 Jefferson goals. Well, I'm excited for the night, Matt. We'll talk a lot more about it when the varsity game arrives, but if you are listening to this, watching this, and you want to come out and support Hockey Fights Cancer and maybe take home a pretty memorable piece of hockey history, whatever, all the other. I'll go check out all the exhibits here between periods, but come on down and support Jefferson Kennedy, this event, and Hockey Fights Cancer.
16 items, a lot of autographed stuff, pro, Gophers. It's great. It's great stuff out there.
So still 5-on-5, and they will grant the icing. 12:57 to go. Hayden House sure looks like a guy that's going to help Jefferson next year, you would imagine. The Jaguars don't have a ton of seniors, as we've talked about in some of their other broadcasts, not compared to last year, for example, but shots like that will help you gain more minutes at the varsity level.
Yeah, Hayden, my son, went to elementary school together. That man was a little guy at our house quite a bit for sleepovers, so it's good to see him develop into quite a hockey player.
We'll see your son later in the varsity game as well, Matt. All smiles on the Jaguar bench right now, and big contingency of varsity players to my left. They want this JV team to win their share of the Battle of Bloomington. Kennedy trying to work it free in the corner. That's taken away. Shot from the point, deflected, and a rebound goal. Andrew Holm with his second goal to go along with an assist. He's been picking up the garbage in front and depositing it in the right
8,
place.
13.
That's 2 rebound goals for Holm. Definitely, at some point, Coach Perpich got in his ear and had him park in front, and he's been successful. And this has been kind of the struggles for the JV. I know for the Kennedy side, I can't speak for Jefferson quite as much, but, big deficits, but the spirits have been high, and Coach Walker always, these kids love playing for him.
And it's tough, too, when you're having to defend a lot of the game. Sent back in for the Jaguars, or by the Jaguars. Loose puck scooped up. Schultz had that taken away, and Kennedy heads the other way. Joseph Bush, number 36, one of the seniors on this JV. Couldn't get past the Jaguar blue line. There's Frost Trahan. Breakout pass. Kennedy's able to get it to center, but Barch is there to play it for the Jaguars. Back in comes Schultz, right side. Stops at the circle, throws it out front, missed everybody. Larson has it. Tried to go cross ice, that was blocked. Good deflection by Gustavo Perry. Working on the forecheck, the big man, Perkins. Gets to that loose puck, plays it out front. Perry trying to track it down, but Jefferson is there. Here's the speed of Larson. That's varsity level speed right there for Larson, but his pass was intercepted. And an offside that Larson wished wouldn't have been called. He would have had a pretty good look, but it was
a close one.
It was close. Jefferson maybe could have been a little bit more urgent in that. Tried to keep it in, but neutralized face-off, 10:23 left, second period. Good move at the Jefferson blue line. Bile. Right side, walling off a Jaguar defenseman. Throws it back to the point. Those are the kind of plays Kennedy needs more of in this game. Man, it doesn't always have to be individual, but Bile, a nice one there.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed, and they're getting better with it, is, rather than pitchfork it, we need someone to carry it out of the zone, take it all the way down. Sometimes under stress they panic and throw it, but they're getting better. And Bile is definitely someone who can help stable things here for the JV.
Kennedy on the forecheck. It's Bile causing some more problems. Finishes a check. Loose puck. Kennedy just about had it. A good stick there. Serge Amati was looking like maybe he was in free. Carlohati had it poked away for the Eagles. They tried to get it out front to home, but there really wasn't any angle there. So here comes Perkins flying down the right wing. Perkins lets one go, and it's caught by Weiler. And he'll hang on to a good little burst of speed there from the big man.
Yeah, that stick is so long, and when he lets those wrist shots go, in a situation like this where Weiler hasn't been tested for a while, it's good to see Tony put it on net like that.
And you get a face-off, so that's a good worst-case outcome from that shot. Here's a puck battle that the Jaguars win. It's Parker Kennedy in front. Good presence there by the Eagles to keep that away. Holm drops it off. Wrist shot fought off by Russell. And the puck back to neutral. Working hard is Pazahanik for the Kennedy. Frost Trahan. Oh, roughed up. Little measure of revenge maybe for that hit in the first period. I don't know if Holm was the guy that Frost Trahan roughed up, but he sure knew that number 11 delivered one back in the first.
Yep. And he's going for more.
Another retaliation by Frost Trahan.
Terrison doesn't back down, that's for sure.
That shot misses wide of the mark. Good catch there between the circles. Missing wide is Nick Efstrom.
And here's a chance for Bile.
Yeah. Good speed from Bile. Moving in on the breakaway and scores!
There it is.
Rylan Bile.
17 got the goal.
Sometimes the puck knows,
17
right,
unassisted.
Matt? You make some good plays in an earlier shift, and the puck just happens to find him in a nice direction, and he's able to coast in, and he does the rest.
He's got a nose for the net. He knows how to attack a goalie on a breakaway like that. He's just, he makes good things happen. That's why I was so happy to see him come back and want to play this year.
You don't always get that goal on a good shift, but maybe a shift or two later or later in the game, get a little bit of a favorable bounce, but good period from Bile.
That was a nice move.
Rewarded with the goal. Guy again who we may see later in the varsity. One of the seniors trying to help this JV team win this one for the Eagles. Another look.
And he's patient here. He's going to let Weiler make the first move. And that's a goal scorer's goal right there.
Good moment for the senior Bile in the Battle of Bloomington.
He'll definitely remember that.
Yeah, that's a memory you hang on to. It's a memory you don't have to hang on to it. It'll just stick with you, right?
And you can always go to BCTV to watch it again.
Yeah, so easy to access all of our games. Makes it really almost in real time. They'll get posted right after the game's over. We have another delayed penalty. Beautiful toe drag. Better save from Russell.
Another one.
Fights off the rebound. Initial shot and move came from Dylan Larson, who fires it in front. Kennedy trying to touch it up.
I'm wondering if they're taking them both.
They might be. They were both.
Maybe not.
They were both still down there. Only one net is empty, so that means probably only the one. Ooh, there's the.
Oh yeah.
There's the hit.
Tony tried to lay the hit, and he ended up going down.
I don't think he feels guilty about it, Matt, with that smile down there. I think but he might feel bad though. They put 4 minutes up on the clock, so that might change that smile a little bit.
Maybe the rough and the trip. Maybe
we'll find out shortly.
Oh.
Off the top of the net and trickling down. Good save from Russell.
Oh, look at this again.
Short-handed look, maybe. Couldn't quite get past 2 Jaguars. So 4-minute penalty to Perkins. Jefferson already with 2 power play goals. Under 6 minutes remaining, second period. JV here, about an hour and change away, hour and 10 minutes from dropping the puck on the varsity battle of Bloomington. Ooh, nice move there. Amundsen, already a goal. That one off the side of the net, though. So it's a charge and a hold, double minor penalty on Perkins. Good stick there. That was Surgeonaki, excuse me. Good stick from him. Leads to a Kennedy clear. Kavanaugh for the Jaguars. Throws it to nobody. Surgeonaki is able to pick it back up. Good PK so far for the Eagles.
Yeah, they've kept them wide. Russell's been able to see everything. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Lands in front, and Russell. Good save and did better, even to not allow a rebound there from that shot from the slot.
I think there are some tired legs on both sides there, too, so everyone gets to refresh here.
That was almost a 2-minute shift after the penalty. 2:10 is remaining in the double minor. 4.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Jefferson in command here in the JV, 6-1, scoring 4 times in the first. Larson calling for it, has it. And now Russell has it. Save number 22.
I want to thank the American Cancer Society for providing the purple stick tape for both teams, JV and varsity as well.
Hockey Fights Cancer Night. We'll be talking about it all night, as we already have been. Chance here for a clear from Pazahanik. Deflected away. Barch. He'll circle with 1:35 remaining in the Perkins penalties. Howe finds Larson. Back to Howe at the left circle. Shovels it across. And that was backhanded wide by Schultz. Larson working down low. Good block shot there. It'll trickle on net for Russell as Bush able to deflect. And both teams will change with just over a minute remaining in the power play.
And Jefferson's definitely getting better at getting in his kitchen during this power play. And the bane of every goalie dad's existence is the equipment failure mid-game.
Yep.
Start panicking. Do we have snaps in the bag? You know, where's the screwdriver? All that kind of stuff.
Russell, though, looks like a promising young goalie for Kennedy, only a freshman, as we've talked about. Jefferson looking for more and getting more. Efstrom. I think that one went off the top of the shoulder of Russell and just under the bar. So Efstrom getting in on the goal scoring to make it a 6
13
goal
from
margin.
21.
Yeah, it's, 4-minute double minors are tough to kill.
Third power play goal for Jefferson.
And you can see he's, pretty far out on top of the crease, so. Did his best to take up as much space as possible.
Final 3 minutes here in the second period of the JV. Gloved and dropped in a hand pass on Andrew Holm. Jefferson 18 shots in the first period, 12 in the second. Kennedy with 2 in the second. The Jaguars have had 5 power plays in this game in less than 30 minutes of action. Here's a shot right on. Looked like it caught Weiler by surprise, but it hit his equipment and caromed out.
Yeah, just like the pros, these kids are getting smart behind the goal line. Yeah. Let's do the bank shot off the goalie and see if we can catch them sleeping.
Yeah, you see so much more of that. Sometimes you don't have to catch them sleeping. Sometimes it's just a bank shot and it works, right?
Yep.
Even if they're paying attention and know exactly where the puck is. It's hard to defend all angles. Defending that one well is Russell.
Good one-timer in the slot, and good save by Russell.
Quick reaction there. Russell knew where that one was. Harry Lenz had that opportunity. Jefferson wins the draw. Lenz backhand, doesn't get all the way through. He'll try it again and miss wide. Picked up by Hogan. Thrown to the corner by Howe in space. Chance for the Eagles to clear, but Efstrom keeps it alive. And centers it out front. Swing and a miss there from Hogan. Here's Bile heading the other way. He's been the Kennedy offense tonight. He's able to gain the Jefferson blue line and dumps it in. Here's a bouncing puck and a chance for Kennedy, and they score!
I think that's Miller.
I think it was Marvin Miller.
34 unassisted.
Again, Bile starts the play. They get it in the zone. Miller with a nice stick there.
That's never a good thing.
And goes 5-hole.
Yep.
So the Eagles, 2 goals on just 3 shots in the period. They've been efficient.
Yeah, Kennedy, if they can stay out of the box, maybe they can climb back into this a little bit.
Out top, Banneman triggers it and scooped up by the Eagles. Icing waved off, not far enough. It's really been the difference in the game are the 5 power play chances, 3 goals. And it's really altered the game flow of this one too in favor of Jefferson. Schultz has a drive right on.
Yeah, if Russell can keep them in this like he has been, one at a time, right? Climb back in it.
I'd like to get one before the end of the period to give the Eagles a little boost, and it might materialize here. And drawing a penalty, Pazahanek, so a mistake at the blue line for Jefferson leads to the penalty. Those are the kind of penalties you can live with. Maybe not the mistake, but you probably erased a pretty good scoring chance with that interference.
Yeah, Carter had some room to work with, so.
So Kennedy power play for the 3rd time.
They haven't really gotten a chance to set up yet, so.
No. 0 for 2 so far. They'll end up winning this faceoff, which will help, and now they have control of it. It's Bile working down low. In front from Miller, that was broken up.
Well, those two have got chemistry from playing on the same varsity line together.
In front for Bile. Just missed the tricky one-timer. May have been deflected by Jefferson. Bile right back in between the circles. And fires and scores!
That's in, yeah.
Miller may have tipped it in. We'll check it on the replay. But Rylan Bile again, and there's that goal Kennedy was looking for just before the end of the period.
34-17.
And it is Miller who will get credit.
Yep, kind of pool cued that in.
Yeah. Goals in front of the net, that's been a theme throughout this JV game. And you saw one there from Miller. So from 7-1 to 7-3, Kennedy with possession here, final half minute of the period. It's Bile. He gets rubbed out on a check, nearly stealing it. That would have been interesting for Serge Amaki. Meanwhile, Jefferson trying to make another final push for a goal, and Miller backhands it to center to end the threat. Well, 7 goals in that period, Matt. It was entertaining. 4 for Jefferson, 3 for Kennedy. And if you like offense, 10 goals through 30 minutes, you're probably not disappointed in this one.
Yeah, no, it's been both teams, Kennedy there towards the end, definitely Jefferson all game have been able to set up and like you said, all the goals tend to be, right in the dirty area. So lots of good shots. Goalies are making the first few saves, but rebounds are, can be killers for you if you can't clear them out.
So there's your score. Jefferson 7, Kennedy 3. 15 more minutes here in the JV. Again, we're about an hour away from dropping the puck on the varsity here. Battle of Bloomington. Hockey Fights Cancer Night. So much more to come. Stick around on BEC TV.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Back for the third period here in the JV Battle of Bloomington. Helping Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Jefferson leading Kennedy 7-3. 10 goals. We've had an average of 5 goals per period. It's been fun to watch all the goals on the scoreboard. Jefferson leading by 4, 15 minutes to go. Josh Powers alongside Matt Walton and our BEC TV crew. Let's take a look at the highlights, Matt. A lot to unpack from that 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was a busy second period.
There's an early Jaguar goal that made it 5-0. So Kennedy, they've battled back. They trailed by as many as 6 in this game. There's a rebound goal. Second of the game for home. And then Eagles would get on the board. Rylan Bile with the great period, capping it with the goal there. More from Bile in a few minutes, or in a few seconds, I should say. We don't have that many highlights, I promise. There's a Jaguar goal to counter. And then Marvin Miller getting that one. Power play time for Kennedy late in the period. And then they would get goal number 3. Bile the initial shot, and Miller his second of the game to make it 7-3 Jefferson. We're going to have some special guests on the ice for the varsity. You're going to be down there, Matt, and a special recognition before the varsity. So if you're waiting for that one, again, 45 minutes away, and give everybody a sneak peek of what's coming up.
Sure. The Jefferson president, Lawrence Wang, myself, and Chris Terneri, who is a Bloomington school teacher, cancer survivor, Kennedy, at the Jefferson Kennedy home game last year, we honored Chris. She's in remission. and we're excited to have her out here to help us promote Hockey Fights Cancer Night.
So exciting to hear that news, and it'll be I know you were mentioning to me that Chris knows so many of the students, whether it's Jefferson, Kennedy, both.
Yep.
Just to see her back and to honor that great news, and that's where the American Cancer Society can really make a difference. All the research and new treatments. You're just talking about your own personal experience with that, and the treatments have changed so much for those forms of cancer that can be treated with something like a Be the Match.
Yep.
And that certainly helped Chris, and that's why the American Cancer Society exists, right? For stories like that.
That's why we're promoting it with Hockey Fights Cancer. Chris wants to come out and show that she's living proof that, all the money that's earned tonight will go towards research that will help develop treatments and improve chances for survivors.
The in-house, we're just being told our in-house scoreboard still says second period. That's the number left of the time remaining. So once the in-house scoreboard updates that, our BEC TV scoreboard will as well. So we are third period, 7-3, 5-on-5 hockey. There's been a ton of power plays in this game, so probably about half the time in this game we've had man advantages. Here's a turnover forced by Kennedy as they were able to send it in. Carla Hottie with the turnover, and he has it now in the corner. Centering pass, out top, and a blast. Misses up over the bar.
Yeah, Gus just missed there.
Gustavo Perry had a good look, and now Jefferson might have a good look the other way. Dylan Larson moving in. Second time he's tried that toe drag move. That one less successful than the first one.
Yeah, good back check by Miller to prevent that toe drag from being successful.
Here's Bile. A goal and an assist for Kennedy, but separated from the puck there, and Larson heads the other way for the Jaguars. Past the Kennedy line, he'll play it to the back wall. Over for a look at the half wall, Amundsen. Back to the blue line with that net front presence again of Home, but that time able to hang on to it, Russell, for save number 26. First shot of the period for Jefferson.
Again, Home is doing a great job of being right there when the shot gets to the goalie and Russell, and if he's not able to secure it, Holm is there to take care of business.
Pazahanik was almost able to create an odd man rush for Kennedy, but the Jaguars keep it in the zone. Centering pass, Pazahanik gets a blade on it. Here's another one out front for Holm. That one deflected high into the air. Jefferson changing, so the left side of the ice open at the blue line, and the Eagles clear it. Amundsen through neutral. Tough pass for Home to handle on the other side of the ice, but Kennedy is unable to play it into Jefferson territory. And another big hit. We'll see plenty more of those in the varsity game. Penalty coming on that one. Actually, not on the hit. It's a tripping call after the hit on Kennedy. Or actually, it's on Jefferson.
Jefferson, I guess.
Well, the whistle blew and Kennedy had the puck, but
yep.
I guess the penalty was on Jefferson. So Eagle power play. Still a lot of time left. Kennedy scored the last 2 goals in this one. It'd get a little bit more interesting with a power play goal here.
Yeah, they had a good power play before the end of the second. Let's see if they can set up again. And
that one poked past Miller. Good recovery, though, from Perkins to prevent a short-handed chance.
Oh.
Good stick from Bile to keep Maleka away from it for the Jaguars. And Bile tips it away, but nobody was home at the point. A lot of players gathered over on that side of the rink. As you can see, Matt, in the background, They're still watching this one. They're getting ready to go for their matchup coming up about 40 minutes from now.
Yeah, a lot of varsity on both sides over there, taking it in, hoping, cheering on their JV brothers.
We're almost close enough to get things mixed up here early with some with some shenanigans down there.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on who's on the end, where they're kind of converging, because you want to make sure it's not the wrong one, right?
Here's Bile.
Bile, yeah.
Taken away, though, by Schultz. He'll send it the other way. Less than 30 seconds remaining in the Kennedy power play.
Yeah, Jefferson's done a good job of not letting Kennedy get set up on the power play, other than that one goal from Miller.
Here's Larson, short-handed, wrister, pad save. And I think Coach Walker, they let that power play group, they were out there for about a minute 30. I think they gave them a little extra time, knowing that they really probably needed a goal in this one.
Yep.
The Eagles unable to score on the power play, still down 4. Back to 5-on-5 as Frost Trahan deflects it in deep. Frost Trahan on the forecheck, and the pass doesn't quite connect. He was looking for Vogel. And a nice move by Amundsen in, but he misses wide. Frost Trahan block shot there. Coaches will appreciate that. Pad save Russell on a long distance shot. Kennedy is able to clear, but we're under 10 minutes left. Maybe the longest stretch of the game without a goal, 5 minutes. Jefferson trying to end that right now, but Frost Trahan gets his leg in the way of that pass.
Yeah, Kennedy's living dangerously again, a lot of zone time.
And
there it is.
Somehow score on that one from the wall. It was Malika, an unexpected one.
Yep.
4 unassisted.
Just throwing it on net, and Russell obviously wasn't expecting it, or maybe never saw it, or both.
Yeah, I didn't see how that popped out from the wall. Yeah, that's those are frustrating for a goalie.
Now, did that bank off the back wall and then off his pad, Matt? Is that what you saw?
I think so. Stick wasn't quite covering the 5-hole, and it found its way in.
An unlikely one for Malika. So a 5-goal Jefferson lead.
Now with 3 goals on Kennedy, that's tough.
7 different Jaguars have scored in this one. There's a rifling line drive from Howe. He has one of those 7 goals. Russell with the catch. 30th save. Another look at the goal. As Malika will come into your pick. Well,
I think it came from almost the half wall, maybe.
Yeah.
It was just a strange carom from that side of the rink.
That one tipped just wide by Parker Kennedy. Trying to score on his namesake school, Parker. Eight minutes left here in the JV. Jefferson surviving that Kennedy push. They got it to within 4 at the end of the period, but now a 5-goal lead and not much time left. Trying to center it out front was Perry. Never did get it in front, and Parker Kennedy sends it around the wall. What do you expect for this varsity one, Matt? I know Kennedy We saw their one win on the year a few weeks back. Jefferson only with 3. It'd be big for each team to get a W. Is home looking for the hat trick, comes up empty. But what are your initial thoughts on that as we get ready for it?
I think it's going to be a pretty even match. Both teams are struggling a little bit this season, so they're both very hungry, like you said, to get the W. Just a W, let alone the battle for Bloomington.
It's like an extra W.
Yep.
That would even be possible, but certainly the biggest game of the year.
Correct. To this point, for sure.
Jefferson now has reached 40 shots.
And this is like a typical night for Russell this season. He sees 40 to 50. Good development, though.
Yep. Eagles will clear here to center, and a Jaguar player slips, an opening perhaps, but good work from Dylan Larson to get back. Finds Amundsen right side. He'll hit the Kennedy line, look out front, and it was patted away by Russell. I think it was probably a pass, but it ended up on net. Good stick, Amundsen. His centering pass. Intercepted by the Eagles. Frost Trahan unable to clear.
Just one.
And back comes Jefferson. Harry Lenz through a screen and a pad save Russell. Still with possession, Jefferson. Larson fires and misses. He was going for the top corner. Tired defenseman out there right now for Kennedy. They're going to change here as an errant pass from the Jaguars. Karams all the way down.
Yeah, Kennedy was penned in for quite a while there. Some burning legs.
Kennedy bench, George Walker, their JV head coach. He's all over the Kennedy sports program. Baseball team. He's in the football press box helping out. Son Dusty, too, part of the Kennedy coaching staff.
Oh.
Well, not covered, and that hit a Kennedy stick and directed just wide. As Jefferson looking for more. Bile stretch pass, that's intercepted by Howe.
And Bile and Miller are trying to set something up here.
There's a pass back for Miller, who will blast it from just inside the blue line but miss wide. And a shot taken by Leighton Arnold, deflected over the bar. Arnold will try to keep this in. And does. And Bile swing and a miss from between the circles.
Yeah, I don't think he expected that.
Good sauce pass there from Parker Kennedy, who was laying on the ice and got it across. Dumped in by Perkins as we're under 4.5 minutes remaining in the third. Jefferson has not trailed in this game. They scored 4 in the first, led 4-0. It was 7-3 after 2 and now 8-3. Closing in on a Battle of Bloomington JV win. Varsity, a half hour from now, you see the players in your background there in front of the locker rooms watching the final few minutes of this one. Then they'll head in, take in the pregame speech, maybe last something to eat or drink, and they'll be out there. We'll be ready for the Battle of Bloomington. Hockey Fights Cancer had a lot going on too before the game, in intermissions. If you do have time, you're watching that out there, you're within proximity, please stop by, take in the varsity game. Check out the raffle and experience the Battle of Bloomington and Hockey Fights Cancer Night. good crowd starting to fold into this one too, Matt. Hopefully there's a bunch more. We can get both sides filled here too. That would be great to see.
Yeah, agreed. It was looks like a quick whistle there. Russell got saved by the ref. I don't think he had that frozen, but no, it'd be great to see this place fill up, and we know it will. But it's challenging with the bitter cold temperatures. But come on out. There's plenty of 16 raffle prizes you can win. $5 a piece, 5 for $20. We're doing chuck-a-puck between the second and the third. Quick little presentation between the first and the second, honoring Chris Trineri and the whole event for tonight. Hockey Fights Cancer Night.
Do have a penalty on Terracin Frost Trahan. So a final Jaguar power play of the night. They already have 3 power play goals in 5 chances. As they work it out front, that one missing wide off the stick of Efstrom, who has a goal. Just keeping it alive. Howe, here's Efstrom again. That one deflected by Pazahanek over the top. Howe, wrister. It was deflected. Russell did well to get a piece of it. It's still loose in front, and a backhand shot.
Oh,
somehow
what a save
stopped by Russell. That certainly was going to be a goal. You talk about a goalie continuing to play hard late. Could have easily given up on that rebound. Makes another save there. Over 40 for the game now. Midway through the power play, and a good stick from Pazahanek to deflect it up and out of play. Got the Kennedy Pep Band filing in too. Of course, Kennedy's the home team.
Yeah, like we said, Kennedy's in the Tri-Metro now, out of the Metro West. So only one game between the two this season. So the boys are a little more amped probably on both sides, given this is their only chance to play their crosstown rivals.
Offside Jefferson, 48 seconds remaining in the power play. So Jefferson will get the JV Battle of Bloomington win, but at the varsity we've seen Kennedy with much more success in this game over the last 8 to 10 years. It should be another good one tonight. Mark Hultgren will be joining us for that broadcast too. Always great to have Mark anytime he can help out at BEC TV, and as he's done a lot over the years. Of course, former Kennedy varsity assistant coach as well. We'll bring that knowledge to our broadcast.
Russell with another good save here as it winds down.
43 now. Leighton Arnold trying to clear, won't get to the blue line. Russell will kick that aside. Final 10 seconds of the power play. And that one slipping by the post, wide by Schultz. Frost Trahan out of the box. And he didn't realize where the puck was. He might have had an opportunity there as he looked behind him and the puck was moving toward the Jaguar net.
He was more concerned with following Coach Walker's orders
right.
to get to the bench. But yeah, you're right. I think he might have had an opportunity for a breakaway.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously that's a set thing. You're told when in the box, you're either stay out on the ice or come out. He was planning to come out anyway. Here's a block, and it's Bile the other way, trying to slip it through to Perkins, and does. And it was actually saved by the defenseman, Banneman. Never got through to Weiler. Penalty coming, though, on Jefferson, so Rylan Bile making all the plays for Kennedy today.
Yeah, he set the table all night for Kennedy.
And actually, this penalty is on Perkins. As that's why the puck never got through to Weiler. He shoved the Jaguar defenseman right into Weiler. So I guess one more power play for Jefferson. They're 7th, I believe. 3 for 6 so far. Good look down low, but unable to redirect it in the back of the net was Lenz. Creative pass there from Efstrom. Here's a turnover. Kennedy 2-on-1, short-handed, and they score! That'll ease the sting of the loss a little bit. Was that, let's see,
That's
Perry?
Perry, yeah. And Sergimaki with a nice backhanded
18
sauce.
from 2.
Gustavo Perry, the goal. Sergimaki, though, you said it perfectly, Matt. He made the block and the pass right there.
Yep.
In a good location there from Perry, just inside the post. Good way to finish this one in a losing effort for Kennedy. Another save for Russell there. So 4 goals for Kennedy, that's a positive.
Yes.
They can take out of this one. I know they only had 11 shots on goal, but they made them count.
100%. They played well. A little more zone time than we're accustomed to. So it's good all-around effort here from the JV.
Jefferson trying to make amends for that goal. That would have been a hat trick for home, but it missed wide. Final 15 seconds. There's Bile.
Bile
Look
again.
At Bile go. Bile in, and he misses wide.
Oh, you wanted that one.
Well, 12 goals. It was certainly an entertaining game.
Yes.
Jefferson wins the JV Battle of Bloomington. And it's just the appetizer for our hockey doubleheader. We've got the varsity contest coming up about 22 minutes from now. We will drop the puck. Some final thoughts on this one, Matt, as Jefferson wins by 4.
I mean, Jefferson really did a good job of controlling the puck, zone time, obviously with the shot discrepancy, but Kennedy took advantage of the opportunities they had.
Jefferson started things off in the power play. That was key for them, and their offense got going. 8 goals on the board. Again, about 22 minutes from now, we'll have our varsity Battle of Bloomington, and a lot going on with Hockey Fights Cancer Night. You're not going to want to miss any of it. We'll take air a little bit before 7, so probably about 20 minutes from now. Come on back and check out the Battle of Bloomington Varsity Edition. Here in the JVR final, Jefferson 8, Kennedy 4. For our crew, for Matt Walton, this is Josh Powers saying so long for now from Bloomington Ice Garden.